the valve train for the number 1 cylinder. When it's all together, we're going to check to make sure that the camshaft isn't opening the valves too far. If the valves are pushed open too far, they'd be in danger of coming in contact with the piston.
To do this check, you'll need to follow one of 2 different scenarios. The scenario you follow will decide what type of lifter you'll need to use for the test.
Choice A is for those of you that can't get a hold of lightweight checking springs, or for those of you that have your heads assembled already with the stock valve springs. For choice A, you'll need to have a set of solid lifters. Choice B is for those of you that have not assembled your cylinder heads, or for those of you that are willing to temporarily exchange the normal valve springs to lightweight checking springs. For choice B, with lightweight springs, normal hydraulic lifters can be used.
If you're not able to get a hold of some solid lifters, you'll have to get some lightweight checking springs from a performance or hot rod supplier to use with your regular hydraulic lifters. When rotating an engine by hand with no oil pressure, a hydraulic lifter is overcome by the valve spring pressure, and the movable plunger that's inside the lifter will sink down as the cam begins to push up on it. This would keep the valve from opening all the way for a proper piston-to-valve clearance check. Your hydraulic lifters can be used for this test, but only if the valve springs being used are lightweight springs that won't cause the lifter plunger to push down inside the lifter body. If your heads are already assembled, you're going to need to take out the stock springs for the number 1 cylinder. If they're not assembled yet, pull the correct intake and exhaust valves out of the organizer tray for the number 1 cylinder head, and make sure that the stems have some lubricant. Place a spring in one of the heads and use the retainer to push the spring down far enough so you'll be able to slip in the keepers that'll hold the retainer in place. When both of the valves are in for the number 1 cylinder, the head is ready for the test. Have the right pair of hydraulic lifters for that cylinder nearby.